Lovely. So, morning everyone. My name is Kim Tolley and I'm currently the Head of Implementation Services for Eploy. So today I'm going to be talking about hints and tips for kind of connecting your different technologies, basically integrations. So, key thing is, where do we start? So I often think about looking at what is your utopia, what's your ideal scenario. Think about what your perfect process would be and what that would look like if you could have anything that you would like. So think about things of what would you connect and what would you have that you don't have today. Next, you need to think about, can you actually do that? So a really key thing is, do you do something now or do you use it now? How much change can you handle, both as a business and also as a team for deliverables? And do you have the infrastructure that can support it? And then a really key thing is, what's in your budget? Can you actually afford to do the things that you would like to do? So moving on, thinking about why integrate. So user experience, finding top talent, having leaner processes, and then also in terms of compliance as well. So in terms of user experience, quite often a good thing to look at is the candidate experience, so actually improving that journey, but also thinking about your actual users as well, so in terms of your recruiters, your hiring managers, your HR teams, your payroll teams. And then on to finding top talent. So integrating solutions can quite often then help you to find your top talent quicker and also to help you build stronger talent pools faster. And then into leaner processes. So we look at how we can save time, how we can reduce errors, and how we can also save money as part of the process. And then finally, key thing for me, which I think is really quite important, but I love this kind of stuff, is around your compliance. So how you can actually get compliance to your processes and how you can do things like collecting certain mandatory information. So what should we connect? So there are lots of options. These are a few here. So single sign-on, APIs, HR and payroll, checks such as background checks, and then also into video interviewing, and then also through into things like testing providers. So to take each in turn, single sign-on can be a great experience for hiring managers and recruiters. If you're not worrying about having queries coming up like how do I log in, resetting my passwords, those kind of things, then actually single sign-on can be a great way to go. It can be a very quick win for a kind of relatively small amount of money in the grand scheme of things. And things like that work really well with APIs. So in terms of updating things like your company or department records in the system, and also contacts and users, and that works really, really well. They go hand in hand with single sign-on. Moving then through to HR and payroll, so actually exporting your new starter data to your HRIS, whether that be kind of standalone HR, payroll, or both. And then also checks. So checks are quite important in a number of different ways. And these can be done as part of your onboarding process, but they can also happen as well as part of an earlier part in the journey. So for instance, if you have a particular process where you need to vet candidates, you can do a lot of that data gathering up front and then just kick in that integration at the right point of the process. Video interviewing, it's one of a kind of a Marmite type thing. You love it or hate it. I'm personally a fan of it. But that can really improve not only your candidate journey, in terms of how you kind of asking them to answer questions, but you also get a great experience as a recruiter and a hiring manager to actually see that candidate kind of face to face without the logistics involved in the travel of that. And then finally, testing providers. So a number of different ways you can do that. So everything from kind of basic numeracy and literacy tests right up to personality profile. So improving your insights in your candidates and how you can actually work with different information on the candidate rather than just asking them some kind of fairly basic application questions. So what does success look like? So there are a number of different things for me, but it basically means happy people across the board for me. So candidates, recruiters, hiring managers, HR and payroll, and then finally IT and security. So to look at each of those in turn, so candidates, what we're looking for really is a seamless process from the time they engage with your business, so from your career site, right the way through to their application, their interview journey, and right the way through into onboarding. We're looking to enhance that experience as best we can and making it a completely seamless process. Recruiters, so giving them the tools they need to do the job, but how to help better assess candidates, and again, that same point, finding their top talent quicker, which improves your time to hire and your cost to hire. So happy recruiters. Moving on to hiring managers. Hiring managers are typically looking to source better qualified candidates quicker. So hopefully with kind of making that process more seamless and more joined up, you can achieve that, to have happy hiring managers. And then finally, sometimes these kind of groups of people can be missed out or not thought of as much, but there's a massive impact for your HR and payroll teams, certainly in terms of reducing or having no manual keying whatsoever. So there's that kind of double entry sometimes with data, so integrations can definitely remove that. And also improve the quality of the data collection that you have, because you can have validations built into those integrations too. And then finally, in terms of the compliance, IT and security. So you can synchronise that data, so things like single sign-on can certainly help you in terms of blocking and adding users, but also improve your compliance around things like consent, and also then other IT and security related queries. Okay. So that's it. Thank you very much for your time. So you can just see some details on here about some of our ebooks and some of our case studies. So if you'd like to have a look at those and go online and take a look, that'd be great. Thank you very much.